Hello everyone and welcome back to the 24-part tutorial of how to model the Highland. I just want to make one more thing clear. I created this as in some way, as like showing you how to create a house, but that the intentions of this were to create a house and not, a house that will be used as something to be animated. So just feature a house that you will have on top of this on this highland. Now I got into this thing that I just created walls and everything, and this is really fine. That's okay. Although this is really with a lot of poly count, but um, it will be good if you would like to insert, sort of lights inside and make the assumption that someone is in there and there is activity inside the house. But we're gonna cover everything with windows and everything, and it won't look like something that you gonna use as for animation. Although I gave you the basics or the foundation on how to create this, and later on, if you want, you can create something a little bit more, you know, uh, suitable. Okay, suitable. I don't know what's going on with my English lately. Anyway, it's late and I have too many things in mind, I guess. So let's start cover things and make things a little bit as we want them to look like. I'm gonna right click, choose face. I'm gonna grab this face here, this face, that face, this, that. Basically the entire frame where we're gonna have a window here. And like that. Shift right click, duplicate face, press F8 to bring it back to object mode. And then we're gonna grab these. Uh, well, unselect this. Let's modify center the pivot for this. And what I will do from here is, ah, I guess this is going to be a problem. I'm selecting the house parts right now. I'm heading them into a layer and accept that part. Okay, so everything else beside that part is selected. I put it in a layer and I'm gonna do this to this layer, so I can only deal with this one. Okay, you see whenever I'm selecting again, this is only selecting that part. So I'm selecting only the outer frame, and with that I'm gonna extrude this outside. So let's pick a way to do so. I'm extruding this, you see, and I'm gonna try undo that and then simply extruding it, but simply switch to scale tool and do something such as this. This is a problem, so I'm gonna undo that and I'm gonna extrude it again. This is like a first time extruding, so I'm trying to find a way that will be the best to extrude it. So let's say that way. Okay, we're gonna I'm gonna choose this as the thickness, you see here, and I don't want to move anywhere else beside that. So I'm gonna start right click, choose vertex. I'm gonna grab this vertex, hold on the V key, snap this to that one here. I'm gonna grab this one, move it a little bit that way, hold on the V key, bring it down. So I'm aligning everything as I want this to be look like. Okay, like the entire frame, I want it to be even, and I'm gonna relay on this vertex here to be the thickness of the entire frame. Yeah, it's a little bit time consuming process, but I guess that at the end you will have something that looks nice that way. Right now this vertex is here and I'm gonna point over this one here to relay on it as for the snapping. Now here I will need to choose how much I want to open this. So you can simply drag it to a point and start relaying on this one. As for, see, I'm relaying on that one for the frame here at this area. Zooming out, hold down the V key, pointing to this vertex. V key, hold down the V key, click and drag and point to that vertex. Make sure everything is correct. Sometimes it can be a little bit, I don't know, just can get out of proportions. You need to look at this very good. I'm going to choose this one, stretch it a little bit, and I'm going to relay on that one. So hold down the V key, relaying on this one. Now I can relay on the other one because it's set. So that way, oh, I selected two vertex. Sorry. Hold on the V key and snap this. Relaying on this one, and then bring this up as much that it needed, as much as needed. Grabbing this one, relaying on that one. Oopsie. Something is not moving here. Relaying on this one. And finally, oh, this was the problem. This is why this corner hasn't been set correctly. Relaying on this one here. And I have this one, which is a problem. I'm relaying on that one there. Okay, to fix this. Looks good. And for the final, this one now can be fixed that way. Okay, press F8, bring it back to object mode. Now that you have this, this is sort of a frame for your window. You can add like edge loops, like I'm gonna shift right click, insert edge loop here, one here, let's say here, and one here. Again, you can extract this face and position it towards there, and then make the cube even here, so the frame will be even, but you already know how to do this. I ain't gonna deal with it, okay? Sorry about that. I'm trying to make things a little bit quicker. So I'm gonna extrude these faces upwards, but because of that I don't need these three, and I don't need these three. Okay. I'm gonna press F8 to delete to delete them. And because of that, I also don't need. I need to have like. Oh, you see, I created already those. I mean, like I have those as frame. So I'm gonna grab it and simply attach it back to the top. Let's grab these. Let's try and bridge them first. Okay. Edit mesh, bridge. Bridge doesn't seem to help. Oh, because maybe I didn't select that face. Let's try again. Bridge. Nope. Doesn't seem to work. You can extrude these. Switch to scale tool. Squeeze them like so. You can already see the problems that we have here. For some reason, I have these edges here, but they are belong. Never mind. You will understand. So I squeeze them a lot to each other. I can't really bring it back unless I'm undoing this. Okay. See, extruding these. Press delete. Right click, choose vertices. I'm going to first double click on this edge, shift double click on this edge. I don't need them. Shift double click on that on the other side. I don't need them. Shift right click, delete edge. Okay, so this is clean, and right click, choose vertices. Let's grab these vertices, squeeze them, and edit mesh, merge, press F8. Let's see that they are really merged. Cool. Double click on that edge. If it loop selected, good. If not, loop select it, and shift right click, delete edge. We don't need this edge. We don't need this edge also. Shift double click on that edge. These are corner ones. We must have them. Shift double click on this edge and this edge, and shift right click, delete. Sorry. Yeah, it's the hour. This hour is a little bit problematic. What else I have here? So I have that ready, but I guess I don't need these faces here. So let's delete them. Okay. So you see what I've done? I created that as a window, and if you're really into create some sort of a little bit high details here, you can add multiple edge loops here. So let's say 3 to add 3 windows that slide in here. This one doesn't have to slide, and then bevel edge them. I'm gonna press F8 to bring it back to object mode. Let's selection tool, F8, and there is this tab polybevel, the last polybevel. I'm gonna lower it to about so. So you see what I'm doing? I'm bringing them together, and here you can do something such as this. You can add edge loop here. I'm adding 3 instead of 1. I'm adding this extra edge loop because I want to delete this one, delete this one, and delete this one. Okay, these faces are deleted. I added this edge, but you want to make sure that you have it on top there as well. And same goes here if something is wasn't already understood. And I'm gonna right click, choose this face, and that face. This face here, and that face. Extrude, switch to scale tool, bring them down, grab those vertices, edit mesh, merge. Nope, this is a really high threshold for this merge because they are very dense, close to each other. You wanna click on merge options and change it to 0.001. Click apply. If they are very, very close to each other, like you're squeezing them and there is no more to go after that, 0.001 will do the trick, okay? So you can be sure about that. Here I'm just picking a random one. You can see the edges are following, but we don't really need those edges, so right click, choose edges. I'm gonna select all those edges, control unselect those edges and unselect those edges, so I will remain only with these. Shift right click, delete edge. Probably faces already. Sometimes things looks like edges, but they are really all they are faces. I don't know. Let's see. Something. Oh, you don't want to move them as for the moment because they, I don't know, I think like they don't have anything to rely on. Let's see. Nope. I know what I will do. I'm going to choose this edge, control right click, edge ring utilities to edge ring and split. Because this is equal distance, it will add them. Press G on this one, press G on this one, press G on this one. Now you have this half cut, and you will need to have it also here. So let's grab this, press G, and here press G, and that's not too bad. You can either keep it or get rid of this, but I'm gonna first merge this. Cool. Nope. Not cool. 0.00. Well, let's try 10. No, you see what happens with 10? They are connected. Let's leave it as 0.005. Still not. 001 will be the best thing. Press F8. I have these extra faces here that I don't need. And let's see what happens when I'm clicking on it. I'm double clicking on it and you see it's not connected. It doesn't loop select these, so it's a problem. Try to grab these. Oh, I see what's the problem. Yeah, I have those faces. These faces are the problem. Now, if I'll double click on this, well, it doesn't select everything, but this is because we need to check here. See here? You have that face, that face. When I used the, I just deleted 3 of them, but there are 6. See? So I delete it again. This is what can happen also with walls. Pay attention. This is happening a lot. And it can drive you mad later on if you don't really pay attention for what you're doing. So these are merged. If I'm gonna double click on this, now it's selected, and now I can shift right click delete edge and get rid of this issue. Okay, so I have this, and right now I have this as a window, like corner one. These are can slide or whatever, you know, like it ain't really going to slide, but you know, it's just sort of asset to look like. And let's bring back the house R, and we can do the same here. So right click, choose face. At this particular case, oh sorry, I need to click on the R again. It has like 2 states here when you do this T, R, and then you can work on it. I can do the same as I did there over here, but here I have the floor, and I don't want to deal with the floor. I just want to have frame, and from there to continue with this. So duplicate face, press F8 3 times. Let's hope that it really did. No, it didn't for some reason. Maybe because this one has been selected as well. This is really crazy. I forgot about something. I did create the frame in order for you to have frame, but I didn't really extrude the frame. So let's extrude this frame. This was the entire purpose of this. It's kind of funny that I didn't do that. Okay, so let's extrude this one. Just a little bit outside. That's great. Yeah, that's great. I like it. And now let's deal with this. So this. Shift right click, duplicate face, press F8 3 times, and then click on that one. No, it takes it along, so I'm gonna do this like that. Is selecting, control to unselect. I don't need this one, I just need this one. And what you want to do with it, you want to make sure that it's not assigned to this layer. So right click, choose remove selected object, and then click here to hide it, this one. Okay, oh, I don't know, where is it? This is weird. Probably got to do with the other layer. Not sure. Modify, center the pivot. Let's see what happens when I'm hiding it. Yeah, it's belongs to this layer, but maybe it's connected like in group, so I need to get rid of this group. You can also click delete history. Sometimes history can do things like that, so let's delete history. Press F8. Great. Let's uncheck this, and now I can select it and work it out. So it's the same process here. All I'm really care about is the frame, and like the frame to stand out, and that way it looks more detailed. If I will push this here, this is not the direction I want to this direction, like so. I'm gonna rely on this vertex that is already here. I'm gonna press F8 one time, sorry. This window there, I'm gonna add it to this layer. So choose it and then choose Add Selected. So now it's part of that unaccessible layer. I'm gonna grab this one, hold on the V key, and then snap this. I have a feeling that I'm not consisting the same width for my you know, sorry, this one at place, this one is not. So starting from here, anyway, I feel like I'm not consistent with everything, and I know if I would have started and do things really to maintain things as the same width, it will just take ton of time. You have this time and you know how to do this by now. I meant like this frame is a little bit thicker than this frame in some way, so please make sure you don't get to in the same position where if you don't want to get into this position. I'm adding one edge loop here. It's hard to set this, so let's do this that way. Okay, let's choose these, that, and that, and delete it. You can double click on that edge now here, the inner edge. Yeah, but I need to get rid of something here, just loop selecting everything. Oh, I just don't have any thing. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. At least for now, I'm gonna pick this edge and that edge there, and I'm gonna go over edit mesh, bridge them. Okay, so it's bridged, and I have a frame, but this frame will going to be lost later on. I'm gonna grab these, double click on that frame. You see it's only selecting that inner frame, mesh, fill hole. Great. I have some extra edge loops that I don't want to have here, so double click on this, and that. Shift right click, delete edge, press F8, bring it back to object mode. Let's shift right click, insert edge loops. Let's add 2 edge loops here. Okay. With that, I'm gonna shift right click, bevel edge, press F8, switch to selection tool after doing this, and then go back to the attribute editor, but make sure it's on object mode. F8. You will see the last tab is the history of your bevel. Here it is. I'm gonna change the friction to about so. try to match whatever you see there at the background, so it will fit whatever you've done there, and that will be cool. Shift right click, insert edge loop. Let's reset the edge loop tool. I'm gonna add one here. I'm gonna grab this. Sorry, I'm trying to make things easier on you, but you see, I'm gonna grab those two, and I am gonna select those at the top, okay? And I'm gonna press delete. And what I will do here is I'm gonna grab these two faces. Well, I will delete them. I'm gonna grab this edge, shift these three, and these three. I'm gonna select these three and these. Okay. Now you can either try and bridge them. One worked, the other one didn't. I'm gonna undo that. I'm gonna simply extrude, switch to scale, squeeze them, grab them all, add it mesh, merge, press F8, double click on this edge, shift double click on this edge, shift right click, delete edge. Not like before, everything went smooth. Okay, so now we have this ready. Now you don't have to have those faces down here. I made it just to help me work this out. So later on you can delete them if you don't want them. Okay, these, not this one. So you can delete them, and then you won't have these extra like faces there. Okay, but you do want to grab the frame and not forget about the frame again. Extrude it out just a little bit, like so. Okay, that way that will be just fine. I'm gonna bring back the house to see this. Okay, if you want, you can leave one window open or the entire window is open. Just create sort of a look of that you can see partial, like I don't know, these two can drag to the right as the logic says, so you'll be able to see the living room there. So at least for this part, I'm gonna wrap this part. Please go on and do that to the entire windows, and we will later on work on things around like the patio, fence, some stairway here just to reach the doorway and the patio, and yeah, we shall see. So file, save scene as 26, save as. I'll see you in the next part. Bye bye.